Well, good morning everyone. And before I start, I'm doing a sound check just to make sure. Can someone give me a thumbs up if you can hear me okay this morning? That would be great. Thank you very much. Good morning to all of you all, and welcome to Barbados, and welcome to the Crane Beach. We're on the North Crane Beach today at the moment. I'm going to work our way right down over to the other Crane Beach. There are two Crane Beaches here. We're going to start the one to the north today, as I said. Good morning to you all. I hope everyone is hearing this here, because we are trying out some new paraphernalia today. And you know, we're right up at the northern end. Now if we walked into this cave here, we would lose all signal for sure. I do have some high-res videos of inside of the cave for you. So if you go up on YouTube and you put in the crane, the videos within the actual cave itself will be there for you to see. But it's pretty bad to try and go in there now. All signal will be lost. Thank you very much for feedback. I'm glad you're hearing me okay this morning. Okay, we have a challenging day for sure ahead of us. I have been on this beach right through a couple of times already, and the sea conditions are definitely rough, and also it's challenging to get across the boardwalks because of the amount of sea that's splashing. But you know us, we can try this for sure. All right, let's start rolling off, and we're just going to get to a drier spot where we can get a little better scenery. And as everybody knows, we're going to start our Serenity Prayer there. We're going to pray for peace. We're going to pray for ourselves now. There we go. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Your will, not ours, be done. Amen. What a beautiful morning I have for you all, guys. Just check this sunrise. This here is very, very bright, so I'm not able to stay on it too long because it will blind you for sure. But just to see how glorious this morning is. The oranges this morning on the way up here were spectacular. I was tempted to pull over numerous times so that I could try and get some shots. But to be honest with you, I knew up here was going to be challenging, and I want to walk and check the signal out. From what I've seen, we get some very good signals here. Alright, now this is the North Beach that I had mentioned at the crane. We're directly below the Ginger Bay, what used to be Ginger Bay Resort. That's on the cliffs there. And as I said, the entrance to the cave is here. You cannot access that beach from the north side anymore, Shanty Beach or Ginger Bay Beach. Steps have gone, and the erosion out there is terrible. You can look at the shading on the rocks there and see the areas that are really light. That's where the sand was up to a little while ago, so you will understand how much it's dropped here recently. And you know, I term this as a +4 beach. Remember, anything I say is my opinion. It's not sanctioned by anyone but me, myself, and I. So this is a +4 beach. The reason I say that is because behind all of these bushes here, there are tracks and there's beach as well. So you really don't want to come here with your partner and lay out a towel on this beach and relax and go into your sand gravity mode and start to sleep, because you don't know what's behind these bushes. I would recommend anytime you're coming here to relax, chill out on this beach, that you do so with some friends. We call it a +4. That only means that some of your friends are up putting on suntan lotion or getting a drink or dusting off their towel or something. So everyone is always alert at some time. It's not just you and your partner lying down here dropping off to sleep and throwing caution to the wind. So please, +4 this section of this beach, please. Obviously, if there are a lot of people on the beach, like if this beach is being used for, you know, any of the guests in the crane and stuff, well, that's a different story. But if you're coming here by yourself, please use a +4 for here. Nothing wrong with coming and walking through the cave and checking the other side. And there's nothing wrong with strolling here and taking your pictures. But I definitely, would not recommend you put down your towel here and go horizontal, because you're going to find yourself going off to sleep for sure. Before we go any further, I'm going to give you a nice silent 360 here that you can have some kind of feel of the power of the nature that we're experiencing this morning. We're going to come right round for you now. So you've understood what I meant by the tracks and all the areas that go behind here, just to give you a better look. So you don't really want to drop your caution out here. It's not that something is going to happen, but all of the situations that will present a problem are here present. A lot of dense overgrowth, a lot of concealed path areas, you know, so just be cautious. Remember, when you come on vacation, you're not supposed to leave your caution at home. You're supposed to bring it with you. You know, you just exercise caution no matter what you do. I'm not telling you to get paranoid or anything, because that is absolutely not what I'm telling you. I'm just telling you to be careful. And there are certain places that I rate as a +4, and that's only from my personal experience and my personal feeling in those areas. It has nothing to do with anything else. Just power, power, power beyond belief. Now these waves, if these look small to you and these don't look as though they're powerful, obviously it is just an optical illusion, because these waves are hitting hard today for sure. The thing about here is that if you get caught in this shore bait, you get hammered, because you can see the angle of the sand comes up fairly steeply. So you don't get washed up on the shore, you get hit into the shore. That's very different from some of the other coastlines. Very steep angles here, so that definitely causes a problem. Alright, years ago, I'm going to step back in memory here now. This beach was huge. When I say huge, it was outside of this cliff. I used to come here and cool out on this beach, on the outside of this cliff area here. There were 2 little small caves on the inner side of the cliff, and we were going to pass in a few minutes. They have been blocked, but they've had to build a boardwalk right around here. I'm not sure who's responsible for it. I would assume it's something to do with the crane, but I really am not too sure. But I mean, it's a beautiful boardwalk, but you will see today that even the best of boardwalks are susceptible to the nature that surrounds us up here. All of the area I'm walking on is very soft. All of this sand here, under this sand, is sargassum. So you're stepping into ankle deep, sometimes going into shin deep. Very soft, so please, big shoes up here as well. As I said, there's sometimes a year that this beach is just incredible. But you can see how the surge is coming up here. I mean, we were just walking in dry sand, and you can see how powerful these waves are. I know there's some of you that have been asking to come to the crane and wanting to have a look at it. But all of you that have been here a long time, as I said this morning in our little promo, that you will be shocked when you see what up here looks like. And I'm sure any of those, I see actually some comments here that people can't believe where the beach has gone. So I will show you a proxy where the beach used to come out to, so you will get an indication of what's happened here. It has not happened overnight, so please don't assume that this is something that just happened just so. This happened over many, many years, but over the years it's got worse and worse for sure. Alright, on the outside here of this cliff, we used to have some small trees, just where these outer boulders are. They were very small, like great trees and stuff, and then it had two caves underneath here. As you can see, this area is being blocked up, and under there where the concrete is where the 2 caves were. We used to cool out in that one. We used to have beach picnics. So that will give you an indication of how much beach has gone. You used to be able to walk from one beach to the other right around the point on sand, not on boardwalk. To give you an indication of how much beach has gone, the beach you see outside of me and ours to my, woo, that's a big one. Outside of me on to my right, the beach was running sort of like parallel right up here. The furthest point there, you used to be able to walk around to Shanty, and that will give you an indication of how much changes have come around. Alright, we're getting very heavily splashed here. Just had a good wet down, so just do a little wiping off of some apparatuses and make sure that we're all good and covered. Don't want anything to go wrong today. But it's very hard to try and read these swells because they're coming through in a surge and also in a swell. So even when there's not a big one, there's a surge that's coming through that's soaking everything. Alright, in the distance you're seeing, coming into focus now, you're seeing the crane resort. If we are having a speckly screen, that's seawater. Can't do anything about that right now. We just got hit fairly good on that walkway coming over. So you would know today everything is going to get wiped down thoroughly when I get home. But it's a beautiful beach. Now this was rated in the top 10 at one time. I believe it was in 6th position. That has changed a lot over the years. The crane is certainly not the crane that it used to be. It is a magnificent beach, don't get me wrong, but it's certainly not the crane that it used to be. The furthest point there is where people have jumped, where people jump off. Usually have to time it really well. They've had some injuries where people have jumped off that cliff there and hurt their back because they've hit the sand. However, you will see some locals jumping off of there, but don't watch what people do and go and jump off of there and get hurt. If you're going to do that, you make sure and you ask them what is going on and how to do it. I see that we have the office at Sandy Beach. and someone up here also has something called the office as well. And this guy here sells drinks and snacks and stuff throughout the day. I haven't seen him here recently, but I do see him here very often when it is in season, when it's busy before the COVID. And this is where he would make his sales from on a day. It's a really lovely setup, properly set up here, and you can see it's perfectly poised for you at the crane. All right, now this is the challenging part that I had earlier on getting over. We're going to do it again anyhow. We just have to try and time the sets. As I said, it's a little difficult because even these small ones are coming through the surge and hitting the inside area here and splashing up pretty hard. So we just let this one go by. Hopefully we can make a quick scoot through before the next big one comes. All right, this is perfect. I thought we were going to get hammered here. Well, we got hammered where I thought was safe, and we seem to be getting through where I thought was a challenge quite comfortably right now. We haven't made it yet, but we've almost got there. All right, step back, people. All those who have been here for a long time, you all remember the crane. You remember the crane beach. You remember the huge mounds that were over on the right-hand side here of sand. Some of them are still there. However, as you can see, the beach has pretty much gone. You know, it does change. It will come back a little bit, and then it will go a little bit more again, but it's never been back to the condition that we used to see it in years gone by. That's for sure. I walked across this Sargassum this morning. I went knee deep in some areas because it's floating on top of water that's on the inner sand bank here. So on the way back out, I looked for a better route, so hopefully this one will be okay. Here we go. Just a beautiful, beautiful place. So I would love this Sargassum to shift, because as soon as it shifts, I am coming back up here to show you all the true crane beach. Well, this is the true crane beach. This is how it is today, but I want to show you all it when it's in its prime, and hopefully that will be in summertime. Looks just pretty dismal right now, and that is just because of all the moss and stuff, the seaweed and stuff. But this crane is just an amazing resort. We've been here quite a few times on Sunday mornings. I would recommend checking to see if they have the gospel buffet breakfast on a Sunday, and I would recommend if they are having it, to do the 6 o'clock one, 6 a.m. Absolutely spectacular scenery from up there. I'm not sure if that's going on right now because of the COVID situation, but you can check that out when you come to the island. It's a gospel Sunday buffet breakfast. I would definitely recommend that. I've been to that quite a few times, and it is amazing. Now remember, they used to have a lot of bare sand going up to really tall elevations here of sand dunes. There are some still here, but as you can see, it has most definitely gone off considerably. The crane have done a lot to this beach as well as in the resort. They've put a little barbecue area and stuff on the beach. I'll show you that in a minute. Do not judge anything you're seeing here as being normal, because it is not normal situation right now. So I'm sure a lot of care and attention will go back into this beach when things start to change a little bit, especially when the Sargassum shifts and as the season starts to come in again. Yeah, that was very deceiving this morning walking over that watery area. That is a lot deeper than you would imagine, because there's a mound of sand on the outside and a trough in between. So if you are coming up to the crane, just be wary how you're going from the sea to the beach, because it is definitely deceiving. I mean, I didn't expect to go down to knee deep, you know. Morning, sir. How are you going? Okay, man. Have a lovely day. Huh? All right, thank you, man. All right, the only way to this beach now is by the steps or by the elevator that's located directly in the center of our screen. And that is because the other steps that they had, as you can see, they're overgrown and in disrepair. And you will notice the original steps that used to come down. Now, you used to come down just over there, my finger is pointing, and walk down sort of like, there were steps, but like a goat track. It was along the cliff at an angle and then back along the cliff at an angle. However, I am not sure if that is open. Based on the railing that would be there, if it was to be safe, I would say it is not open. But then again, I'm not too sure. But you will notice they have steps halfway up the cliff. And that's where at one time you used to come down as well. So you would understand how much sand has gone from here. This is one of the bodyboarders' ultimate breaks. There's a right that comes off of that cliff, just on the outside of that cliff when it's in good conditions, and works its way right through the bay. Hollow, fast, and amazing. Unlike Foul Bay that has a huge angle on the beach where you're smashed in the actual shore break itself, here will give you a lovely ride. You can get some really good conditions here as well. People, just look at that sun though. Whew, my goodness. Even the clouds look nice. Nice kind of, I don't know, drifty looking clouds. Very cool and calm. Alright, the beach facilities I mentioned before, remember these are not going to be in the condition that they would be normally. However, I'm going to walk through here and show you them as they are now. And when we come back next time, you will also have a look at it. Because there will be a next time up here as soon as this sargassum goes. And maybe we get some people on the beach. Just a few little things about keeping the beach tidy and opening hours for their beach and bar grills. And they have up all the conditions here on the beach and stuff. You can have a look at that and freeze that later if you'd like. Towel returns. It's just like any other resort. Just beautiful. You will see hand sanitizers all over the coconut trees. Alright, remember, as I said before, please don't judge down here as it is right now. It obviously needs some work on it. Obviously hasn't been worked on for a little while. That's pretty obvious here now. Alright, this is their beach grill and buffet area. It's set behind the sand dunes, so you're blocked from the strong gusting winds that are up here and the heavy sea sprays. So you can come here and sit down and enjoy your meal and stuff if you're at the crane. I am not too sure about these facilities being open to the general public on the beach, or if you have to be banded. I'm not too sure. That's something that I guess you yourself can check out. I will check out in time. Now this item here with the blue buoys is what they call the boom. It's the Sargassum Boom. This is dropped on the outer, well it was or usually is dropped in the outer reef, and it traps the sargassum and shifts it beyond. However, as you'll see, it's not in use at the moment. I'm not too sure what's going on here. But as I said before, you know, this place right now is obviously needs a little attention. So let us not judge the crane for that for sure, because I know things are a little bit strenuous right now with what's going on in the island. But you will remember these dunes. These dunes were right here would have been a dune maybe about 12-15 feet tall, a sand dune, and it went right across, and you will remember that. They had a couple of breaks in it that were a little lower, but that was pretty much the consistent height of it. Today I thought I just want to get some sand between my toes. I know it's not me a swim for sure. I'm sorry I didn't get a swim, but that happens. I want to show you here, and I want to show you here today for sure. I've checked all here and I seem to have had a good signal strength, so I believe that everything should be good with the video. Hopefully I got it okay on the audio check, so that seems to be good as well. Alright, if you come here for your 6 a.m. buffet breakfast, or any breakfast, that is where you'll sit behind that area up there that has the square lattice work kind of thing around, or the square railing. That is the area that you would observe this beach from while you're listening to gospel music, and also the below one as well with the glass panes. So I would definitely recommend that as being something you can do if you're interested in having a nice breakfast out somewhere. And as I said, it's usually done with the gospel music in the background. There's a band, a person on a piano, not a band really, but a person on a piano and a singer and a guitar player and stuff. So this is something for you to have a look forward to. Now that's the elevator and the only steps that I can see coming down to the beach now. And that is a lovely facility to have. So if you are challenged, you don't have to worry about these steps, because these steps would be definitely risky. Risky for the person who is not too stable on their feet for sure. Alright, we're going to start walking back in the other direction now, and just to show you again where the original steps were that used to come down. I remember coming down here, and those steps are halfway up that cliff is where we used to, when I was a little boy, step off onto the sand, and then it was expanded on and put a nice little walk area there. But I'm not sure if it's open going right up. It may be open out to the point on the cliff, but as I said, I didn't go out there this morning. You can see the conditions to get there would be pretty stressy through all that sargassum. Maybe I could do a little walk with you and see how far we can get, so you can have a look at the bay from out there. Putting in some little extra time for you this morning, folks. We've been doing a lot of 30 minutes and stuff in the past, and so long as I'm not boring you, I will give you a little longer one. I'll try and show you what we can see. I'm not sure if I can get across to these steps though, however, but you can see they're very overgrown and stuff now. I'm pretty sure I could trench through this here. Let's see how we can go with this. But this sargassum that I'm walking over here is covering a lot, because this is actually like little troughs between the big boulders and stuff, so I got to be careful when I step down as to how deep it goes. So I'm just exercising caution. I'll let you all have a look at the other side where we're working our way up here. Yep, I should say climbing my way up here. All right, well, I'm glad I can actually bring you up here. It seems to be still open and not blocked off. That's good news. So this is definitely going to be jarring some memories here now, piquing your thoughts, because I know many people have made this walk before. I know that this is one of the most popular things to do at the crane, especially when we were younger, for sure. It's not that safe up here right now. It's pretty narrow on the walkway. Yes, I am safe, but I'm just telling you, just be careful if you're coming out here. Make sure you're sturdy and that you don't have any passions to take a dive off of here. All right, and these are the romantic spots. I remember sitting here as a young kid and in my teens and stuff, and this is where all of us used to just come and hang out and watch the beach parties on the beach, because this is a real popular beach area for picnics and stuff. And then this is where the thrill seekers will come to dive off of the edge. This is where they will come and jump off. I've seen many people injured here, so if you are coming to the crane, please be careful. If you don't time the waves right, you will hit the sand and jar your back. Now, I've even known a person that broke their back up here, so please be very careful. I'm just going to show you, but I'm also going to highlight the dangers of it. All right, this is the crane beach from this angle. Beautiful. Along the cliffs, we're looking at the Bel cliffs. That would be Bel, the point up there, and then it goes right up to Sam Lord's Cliff and stuff, where we had been walking earlier on up by past Shark's Hole. So that is the entire southeastern section between here and I would say Sam Lord's South Beach that we're looking at right now. But the beach is beautiful. I mean, visualize this if you have never seen up here before without Sargassum, with a few loungers and some beach umbrellas, and obviously the bar in full swing and people just chilling out. It is a beautiful place. Crane definitely holds some memories for me, and I'm sure it holds a lot of memories to you all based on what I'm seeing popping up here all the time. So stunning morning. So look beyond the Sargassum. As we do in life, we look beyond a lot of unpleasant trees to be happy. This is this kind of swell that's coming through here. If you were a bodyboarder, you would understand this is great. Yeah, in life we look beyond a lot of unpleasant trees, you know. I mean, our own selves, our own physical challenges. Myself, I have what I call my sexy limp, my right leg. It's you know, damaged years ago, my knee. So, but I look beyond that. It's not a problem. That has no reflection on who I am, or what I can be, or the kind of person I am, the kind of soul or the kind of spirit I have. So let's look beyond the imperfections of the Sargassum. Let's look beyond imperfections in anything that we do not deem as being the perfect person, which none of us are perfect by any means. And let's enjoy life. Look at what we're given. Look at this scenery. Look at this fresh air. Well, you can't look at the fresh air, but I can smell it for you for sure. And I can show you these visions. And these are the things we're seeing. These are the things that are important in life. What we can take in, the beauty in life. So let's not look at the negatives. Let's keep functioning and focusing on the positives. Just to show you where the original walkway was that used to come down here. It definitely is shut at the top with a wooden door. I don't know if that remains closed all the time, but you wouldn't be safe coming down these steps anyhow. That is definitely for sure. They're cracked on the outer side, so they'll probably bar that off from anyone walking down there. I'm guessing time you'll probably bar off the bottom section as well to stop you from walking up. Just stunning cliffs. And this is where the original steps used to be when I was a young guy. We used to come down these steps here onto the beach, so you can understand and clearly understand the differences now. I hope you all have had a fantastic day with me, because I have had a bomb of a day. Absolutely lovely. I've been able to bring you all to a place that was rated in the top 10 beaches in the world. You can look beyond what's on the beach and understand why that would have been. Up here was spectacular, and those times the beach was right out much bigger than this. But the actual beach is beautiful, though a lot smaller. And the surroundings as natural as you can want. That's a Gilligan Island setting for you. You know, just stunning, like a lost paradise. That's what Barbados is. We're not lost, but we're certainly a paradise. I don't know if you can make it out any distance, but we're seeing clearly the outer reefs with a big swell on it. So you would know there's a large east swell running today, and it's definitely impacting this section. But that reef runs right along here. It actually goes right down to Bowbell's Channel with a few breaks in it. Bowbell's Channel being off of South Point Lighthouse. And this is basically an outer reef that when there's a big storm that passes the north of the island, this will be breaking right along here, right along past Foul Bay, along Gemswick, right through Long Beach and right around to South Point on the outer reef as well. Just huge surf out in these areas. I hope that I will be able to bring you some big surf. I'm really not looking forward to any damage from them, but I would love and welcome the opportunity to bring you a big storm swell, just the passing system for you to have a look and see what it gets like here. Because a lot of beaches that you all look at and think as being the calmest beach in the world can transform just by a big system, whether it's a north swell or whether it's an east swell. Alrighty-o, so just to talk again about what we talked about before. We're not perfect. We're not perfect in what we do, and we're certainly not perfect in our physical selves. We never think we're perfect, no matter how great we are or how fit we are. We always think we're not fit enough, or we're not slim enough, or we don't have enough weight, or something like that. That is not relevant right now, because what is relevant is that you are happy and contented with yourself. You are the way that God made you. You are who God has put here. And as I always say, God will always forgive you and He will always love you. You have to forgive yourself and see to yourself that you are who you're supposed to be. You are who God wants you to be. So you all have a happy day today, everyone. Go forward with peace. Remember, today is the day you can walk away from any situation. Anyone that challenges your peace, you can move away from. You don't have to stand up and listen to anything or to discuss anything. And who wants to be right when you walk away feeling wrong? I don't want to be, and that's for sure. You know, so I don't debate with people anymore, and I don't argue with people. I will just make my point, and I will be clear on that, and I will then shift my focus onto getting back peaceful and be cool. So yeah, I hope you all do the same thing today. Remember, your friends are out there. A lot of them are struggling. A lot of them will walk by you, and you'll say to them, "How are you feeling today?" And they'll say, "I'm okay, great, fine," and they're really not. So we all know that we do it ourselves. So today, just be kind and be compassionate with everyone around you, and care for your friends and your family, and those you don't know, give them a smile. I guarantee you it will make a difference in their life. Whether they look that way or not, they will go forward today remembering that smile. Have a great day, everyone, and again from the crane in the parish of St. Philip, I bid you a wonderful day, and from the beautiful Paradise Island known as Barbados, see you all soon.